What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Viall Files Going Deeper edition. I am your host, Nick, joined by Amanda in studio. Allie, still on COVID watch.
COVID watch? That's fun. That makes me sound like I live in a lighthouse or something. COVID watch.
What part of your place are you in right now?
I shifted some furniture around. So I now have an office area, an eating area, and a couch and living room area, in addition to my bedroom area, all in a studio. And I'm very proud of myself.
So you have a studio place? Studio?
Mhm.
So
Yeah, but it's like your bedroom is like there's a wall that's not like all the way, but it like mostly separates so I feel like it has one bedroom layout.
It's like one
There's just
bedroom
not a
if they
door.
took the door off the hinges.
I had an apartment in Milwaukee. I loved it. Probably one of my favorite places I ever lived. And it was like this warehouse loft type of like renovation. And after my girlfriend and I broke up, the place I had was like, it was kind of too big. And I moved upstairs. And it was a loft. So it just had a kitchen. And so like I put it was the coolest fucking place. And I put up like these old fashioned doors and I like sectioned like a room.
Yeah.
But like it was all just one open area.
So
I fucking loved it.
nice.
It was like 1,200 square feet.
Oh my god.
It was like 1,100. Like it's just north of 1,000.
That's
It
like a home.
was Milwaukee. Anyway, I suppose you can do a lot, but I loved decorating it. But it looks very clean, I guess, is all I'm saying. What's going on in your worlds other than Allie having COVID watch?
I was very excited about Celtics winning Game 7. I also feel like it was the first time my boyfriend saw me at a Boston sports event. So I feel like it was like full moon for my werewolf sports fan self. And I was keeping
He'd probably like that. No?
At one point he said, quote, "If you're rude to the Miami fans, I'm not paying for your dinner." I wasn't being rude. I literally wasn't. There were so
Are
many.
you an obnoxious fan? Are all Boston fans obnoxious?
I don't think I was being obnoxious. Like, honestly,
What does that mean? Why did he have to warn you?
because I was jokingly, I was to
Did
him.
they know it was a joke though?
Well, to him, I was like, famously, okay, so when we went to Vegas like 3 months into dating, I had poor etiquette and I told the dealer to eat shit in like a very positive fun. I was like, eat shit, I won blackjack. But he was like, you can't say that. Like that is so, and I was like, oh my, I was very embarrassed. And so I
But
think
you said it playfully.
very playfully. Like I'm not trying to like start a fight with people. And there were a ton of Miami
And
fans.
he lectured you on blackjack etiquette?
No, he was like, what? He was like, you can't talk back to the dealers like that.
I don't gamble enough to know, but I feel like you can,
Apparently it's poor form.
I guess.
But yeah, it was, there were a lot of Miami fans at the bar. There was like me and one other person clapping when Boston scored. I was just like, I was excited. And I think any of my protests against.
Do you talk smack?
Yeah. But not to other fans, only to the person I'm with. I'm like, oh, wow, it's so cute that he finally got a free throw in. Like, like stuff like that. But I'm only saying it to the person I'm next to, not being like antagonistic to other patrons.
Is he wasn't a Miami fan.
No, he doesn't care at all. He does not watch sports.
Are Boston fans like notorious for
Being spirited?
Spirited.
That's how I would describe it. I would say spirited, committed, loyal, energetic,
You can be all those
defensive.
things and still okay. You can be all those things and still be
rowdy.
like Packer fans are all those things and yet still gracious and welcoming and nice.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, they're not pricks. And I'm not saying Boston fans are pricks. You're suggesting
just heavily implying it.
Well, you are.
I think Boston sports fans are spirited. And I think a lot of people I think that's the thing is that it's like, is it trash talking if someone says something like really like needle, antagonism, chirp, and then finally you say something back? It's like people, at the end of the day, I think it's a different...
Are you starting it? And are you gracious in in defeat?
I think I try to be very playful with it.
I'm not sold. I feel like you're.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, sometimes I'm a little bit of a monster, but it's all in good fun, and it's usually to men who think I don't know anything about sports, and so I think they're like laughing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not trying to like actually start something. I'm just trying to. Yeah, actually, okay. I'm realizing in real time, like, oh, now that I go back rolling the tapes in my head,
You know,
I don't back down.
we're all works in progress. You know,
Yes.
it's fine.
Great episode.
We do have a great episode. Conor is with us today. Conor Wood, also known as Fibula. He needs to like just figure it out and go with one. We press him on this. Also, what a great texting office hour call today.
Oh my God. Electrifying. Really exciting.
We also get it. We finally get to the bottom of game night with Conor.
Yes.
Which was
a much needed confrontation.
Yeah, much. Is that it?
Yeah, we talked some Kim K. Pete Davidson stuff, some Mona Lisa cake situations.
Great. Let's get to Conor. Conor, welcome.
Hey, Nick.
Do you go by Conor or Fibula now these days?
My friends don't like it, but a lot of people don't know my name is Conor.
They don't?
No, so like in public, I fully respond to Fibula. Both.
I saw it.
My friends hate me.
I saw a TikTok over the weekend.
Yeah, we're doing this. We're getting right into it.
I'm
assuming I know what you're talking about.
Was it the 10 minutes later TikTok?
Yeah, that's the one.
I mean, I thought it was charming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's harmless. It's fun. I was asked to do that for a photo. I didn't know someone was filming.
Someone asked you for a kiss. So to preface, this is a podcast. I saw a TikTok of a young lady saying, I met Fibula.
If you've gone out the night before and then you get, you wake up 8 a.m., 9 a.m. on a Saturday and your phone has 15 texts, one from your high school group text, one from your college group text, one from your current friend group text, and it's all the same link to the same TikTok, probably.
Were you nervous? Did you know what it was? Or were you like,
no, like
it
was so harmless because I like at that time. So to preface, it's a video of a girl made several videos actually. Just one of them went viral. If you scroll through,
she made several.
Yeah, and it's she basically like asked me for a photo, and I had a couple drinks, Memorial Day weekend, like whatever. Had a couple beers, and she was like, "Will you please can we kiss on the lips for a photo?" And I was like, "I don't care. Sure, yeah." Fine.
You got set up,
and then her friend was next to us filming the moment, the magic moment.
Oh. Yeah,
it's harmless. I really don't care.
That's kind of wrong. You got set up.
It is what it is. It used to happen like a lot more last summer, that exact situation. And then it became...
Were you a target for this?
Yeah.
Was it like the rumor on the street is if you ask Fibula for a kiss, he'll kiss you?
Oh, geez. Yeah, I guess. But I mean, it's all fun because like I've always been like a very European in that way.
European.
Very worldly.
Okay. Approachable.
But
okay.
Yeah, approachable. I think approachable to a fault. Like I'm going to end up being too approachable that I just vanish.
So she made several videos about this. That's kind of...
There was two.
I like her less now.
I don't think she meant anything by it, but I do have some beef with the algorithm. That being that it's my job to make TikToks and I can't get even a half as many views as someone that makes a video
about you,
about me.
Yeah.
But more power. I'm proud of her
because
like she did kill it with that.
I feel
video.
like the algorithm every once in a while just says, you know what, you've had some success recently. Yeah. We're just gonna slow you down.
They're like, stay humble.
Helix Sleep, the best sleep you'll ever have. I don't know what more I can say than I already have. It's truly the best mattress I've ever slept on. I love my mattress. It's amazing. And I've never had a mattress that I am so thankful to come home to whenever I'm traveling. I always consider myself to be able to sleep on any mattress. I always consider myself to be kind of a low maintenance sleeper. But boy, having a Helix mattress is like flying first class for the first time. Like once you sleep on it, everything else feels like economy. They have a mattress for everyone. They make it super easy to find that mattress, and the buying process is incredible. You just go on their website, you take a quick quiz. It takes like 2 minutes or less to complete it. It matches with your body type and your sleep preferences. I'm a slide sleeper myself. I got the Midnight, I believe, is the mattress I have. Everybody is unique, and Helix knows that. So they have several different mattress models to choose from. They have soft, medium, and firm mattresses. Mattresses great for cooling you down if you sleep hot, and even have Helix Plus mattresses for plus size sleepers. So if you want the best sleep you've ever had, get your Helix Sleep on. Just go to helixsleep.com/VIALL, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress. They'll give you the best sleep of your life. Oh, and a bonus, Helix is offering $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/VIALL. That's helixsleep.com/VIALL for up to $200 off and 2 free pillows. Noom. Unlike other programs, Noom uses psychology-based approach to help people better understand their relationship with food. And whatever your goals are when it comes to your wellness and fitness and your dietary desires, Noom can help you get there because it is based in psychology. A psychological approach is based on scientific principles like cognitive behavioral therapy, which helps people better understand their relationship with food and build sustainable habits that last a lifetime. Noom understands that building long-term positive habits can be hard and filled with ups and downs, and that's why Noom believes in progress, not perfection. So regardless of whatever your goals are, maybe you want to gain weight, lose weight, build muscle mass, or just generally have more energy, just feel better, doesn't matter what it is, Noom can help you get there. Shavings make a pile. That's what I love about them. As I get older, I just want to maintain my fitness level. It's becoming more and more important to be mindful of what I put in my body because it affects how I feel. And Noom is helping me do that while still enjoying food and enjoying life. Start building better habits today. Sign up for your trial at Noom.com/VIALL. That's NOOM.com/VIALL to sign up for your trial today. So should we get into game night and you sex shaming me right off the bat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's do it.
When did you find out?
I got texted. Well, I got a DM the morning that your episode was posted. And the DM was, Mr. Viall, Nick Viall's talking shit about you on his podcast today.
That's what you
and I was
heard?
Like, well, hang on. And I was like, excuse me? And I went and listened. I was like, oh, he wasn't talking shit.
I fucking hate people.
I know. I was like, that gave me my heart dropped, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go.
No, that shit happens all the time. And you I don't know if you know this, but we talk some Bachelor on this show.
Yeah.
And I'm almost certain that more than 80% of the time where a peer of mine gets mad at me for something I said on the podcast, it's because they get a message like that from a fan.
Yeah.
Who says, Nick's talking shit about you.
Yeah.
And I'm just having an objective, fair opinion that's mostly riddled with probably compliments.
Yeah.
And I might say something, I don't know, whatever. Who said that?
It was just it was a DM request, and then I went back. I was
it was a fan.
Yeah, it was just and I was like, oh, that wasn't shit talking. That was just it was very normal language. That was, but it warranted a response from me. So I was like, hey, that wasn't shit talking. She was like, oh, I just re-listened. It's totally not. It's like when people comment on videos. I don't know if you ever get this, but it's like, this sucks, and it's like, oh, why would you say that? And then it's like, you comment back and they're like, oh, I didn't think you'd respond. I love you. And I'm like, you just ruined 20 minutes of my day with that.
Yeah. I put a lot of work into that. And
I'm like, shoot.
Why does it suck?
One person in the middle of nowhere hates me.
Who did you think wrote cuckold?
Well, did you preface this whole thing with the cuckold thing? First of all, it was spelled wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Second of all, it looked like a ransom note. It looked like you wrote it with your left hand.
I am left-handed.
Well, it looked like you wrote it with your foot.
Right hand.
No, so we were all enjoying a variety of beverages.
Yeah.
And and we were playing this game, and I was thinking to myself, oh, whatever. I'll have 2 lazy words, whatever. And then I thought we were gonna spice it up, and it came to mind, and I'm not a good speller. But the funny thing is that
it's missing a few letters.
Well, what did they call it in first grade? Make believe spelling. That really resonated with me. You never guys had that?
I haven't heard that either.
No.
Allie's looking at me weird too. It was first and second grade when no one knew how to spell.
Yeah.
And they were just just spell it however. They just Make believe spelling.
Stretch it out.
Just how you think it's spelled, that's how it's spelled.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we're
What
like,
kind of
great.
school did you go to?
I never graduated from make believe spelling.
That's all right.
Anyway, so we're
That's what I got my
playing.
degree in.
We're playing, and I truly I panicked
Yeah.
because I'm like, first I thought I'm not super close with like all these people, so I
Yeah.
don't know how
What can I do
sexually
here?
liberated they are, and then I was just like, wait, I think I spelled it wrong too. So I had a nightmare in my head about what happened, and then it was the last one, and you made my nightmare come true.
Well, luckily, it's an anonymous game. It's the fishbowl game where you write out, it's like charades. You write out words and it's anonymous. So like no one would have known, and no one did know that you wrote that. But I get this word, and everyone's looking at me, and I also met a couple of the people that were there that night, and I'm like, there's no, because everything else was like laying an egg,
Yeah.
doing a handstand.
It was
And then
all just nothing words.
This one was fishing. Cuckold. I was like, I've only heard this word like maybe, you used to say that in college, like, oh, you're a cuck, whatever.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it written down, I don't think, and I was like, there's no way. I was trying to do your make believe spelling class in my head. I was like, there's no, like, what else could this be? Like, and it was like literally nothing else, and I was like, I can't say this in front of you guys, and then I had to explain what a cuckold was, and no one obviously
You made it
guessed
way worse than it needed to be.
I couldn't. I was drenched in sweat up there in the front of the stage in front of all you guys. I was like, are we doing this now? And then you're right. Like once you opened up,
Once the can of worms, everyone was just like
The
saggy
floodgates.
balls, herpes, and it was like hemorrhoids. It was just like the craziest shit, and everyone was laughing and having a good time. Meanwhile, the whole time, everyone was like, "Who wrote cuckold?"
oh, it was coming up every 10 seconds. It was like, we got to get to the bottom of this thing. And then it was like, it turned in from like charades into like solve the murder mystery.
Yeah, like
one
Secret
person
Hitler,
here,
but
Secret
like
Hitler.
with cuckold.
Yeah, and
I was like, I'm not saying it.
secret
I was.
cuckold.
I thought I was gonna get canceled by my friends.
No, but like once you did that, I really let loose. I'll be honest. I wrote some nasty shit in fishbowl. Like probably some.
What were some of your words?
Oh, let me think. It was queefing the ABCs, which I thought was brilliant. Because it's really hard to act that one out, believe it or not. I can't remember. That one. I mean, it just like opened the floodgates, and everything else was like coochie doctor.
Coochie doctor. Was yeah.
I can't remember
People
what
like
else,
that.
but it was funny. I thought it made it more fun.
Did Matt ever find out that he was once accused and then vindicated?
Yeah, he found out. I forgot I told him, but yeah, he fully was like the scapegoat for you.
Yeah. Well, I thought Natalie was gonna out me because like
Did Natalie know the whole time?
the the next day we're in the hot tub and she just like randomly goes, "So what were your words?" And I go, "I was cuckold."
See,
Immediately.
everybody was thinking about it. It was something that was on everybody's mind.
I think she suspected it was me because she knows I'm a terrible speller.
Yeah.
And that was the like if it was like some of my like friends who have known me for a while,
Yeah.
I think I would have been outed just because I also don't think they would have made such a big deal about it, but I would have
Yeah.
been outed for my spelling.
Yeah, no, I thought it was really fun.
And I feel like Matt's the type of guy who's never spelled a word wrong in his life.
He does seem that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he writes in cursive.
He's won a spelling
Perfect
bee.
cursive.
He's won a spelling bee or two in his life. I feel like.
Yeah. He's got that like East Coast Harvard vibe about him.
Totally.
The Ezra
The
Koenig.
book smart.
Yeah.
So what's new? What have you been up to?
Really nothing. Obviously, like we have a podcast now too, and we're podcast peers. We're actually trying to keep up with you, but and we need to have you on actually.
I mean, whenever you want to invite me, you're here twice.
I know, and I was scared that this was going to be a Fight Club situation, that I was going to get here and you were just going to beat my ass.
Why?
I don't know, because I was like,
Do I scare you?
you used to scare me.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know if you remember the first time you had me on, and we just kind of like, we'd never met, and so we met for the first time in the studio. I brought you a coffee, and you came in and walked right past it.
You didn't tell me. No one told me about the coffee.
Was anyone?
Allie
I was
there.
there.
Maybe,
I
Allie,
was
I know. I was
there.
gonna say, like, I brought,
But no one told me about it.
Maybe
He came in with 2 coffees and then we taped one because we weren't sure about the logo of if we were allowed
Right.
to have like a huge Starbucks logo on the show.
And then afterwards, someone's like, "Oh, he brought you a coffee," and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I told you that. And
Yeah.
I was like, it was
After.
for you.
No, I looked into what kind of coffee you like, and it was like, oh, like you like black coffee.
Yeah,
So
but
I went
usually
and-
people are like, when they bring you a coffee, it's like, I brought you a coffee.
I'm shy. Recently though, I don't know if it's like an age thing or like I have cancer, but when I get tired, I need to go home.
I
I
feel
probably
like it's a
shouldn't say
COVID
if I have
thing.
cancer, but
You think it's a COVID
I
thing?
think it's a result of COVID. I think for a really long time, everybody was just so fragile that we're now being a lot more honest about like
Yeah.
being like, I'm not having it and I want to go. Because like with COVID, if you wanted to end a conversation, like you just kind of had to say it. Like you could lie and be like, I have another Zoom birthday party to go to. But it's like, especially in like lockdown days, it's like you don't have anywhere else to be. Like you just don't want to be on the phone anymore, which is so valid. But I think as a result of that and just like generally everyone's mental health deteriorating and us talking about it, it's become a little more normalized to be like, I'm not having it. I kind of want to leave.
this is the first year of my life where I've been like, no, I'm not coming. I'm tired. Like I'm not even gonna leave my house.
Is that an age thing? Because I'll be honest, I don't remember a time where I was at a place I didn't want to be. I've always been like, it's time for me to go. But I don't know if that's like etiquette or like or age or lack of etiquette, I guess.
No, I think it's a boundary setting thing. I think it's like a healthy thing. But I just am getting the hang of it. Like there's all these things where I lose sleep because I'm like, damn, I told them I would go to this thing and they're probably all mad at me right now. And then I see them and they're like, hey, like you missed out on nothing. Like that was, and I was like, oh, I just, worried about that for so long, but like they didn't care and they didn't miss me. And then I'm like, do they even like me? They didn't even miss me. No one's like, where are you? I need to go back to therapy.
Anxiety is so good at pivoting.
Yeah.
It's like the second something gets disproved, it's already like, it's like, oh, but did you consider this possibility of the way
Yeah.
everybody dislikes you?
Right. Hate being perceived. Sucks.
Social media has made it worse. Or have you always
You
been
know
like
it
that?
has,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not going to drink.
Curology. Curology is changing the game. Custom skincare made for you by a dermatology provider. So many like options out there for your skincare routine, but why not get it from people who really know about skin, like dermatologists? They'll create a custom prescription cream for your specific goals, whether that's tackling acne, clogged pores, skin texture, dark spots, fine lines, or something else. You start by taking a short online quiz and uploading photos. Took me just a few minutes. And if it's a good fit for you, luckily for me, it's a good fit for me, they'll ship you your formula right to your door. And it even has your name on it. I don't know. What can I say?
The fact that you don't have to go to a dermatology office is probably my favorite part because I feel like those appointments always take forever.
Look at my face. I'm so youthful.
You are shockingly youthful.
I
It's a little bit disconcerting,
was at
honestly.
Whole Foods and some lady who I'm pretty sure was either my age or younger than me was just like, you youngings,
You have the youthful glow.
I look great. I do.
And why is that, Nick?
Curology is helping me keep my youthful appearance and hydrate people and do it with people who know what they're doing. Get started with Curology just like I did with a free 30-day trial at Curology.com/VIALL. Just pay $5 for shipping and handling. That's CUROLOGY.com/VIALL to start your free 30-day trial. Cancel anytime. Prescription subject to consultation. My anxiety has gotten way worse
Yeah.
with social media. And it is. It's about the idea of it's having to worry about what people think about
Yep.
you all the time. And especially if you equate to that at least being part of what you do. I remember the first time
Totally.
I ever like thought about first time I ever heard was when I worked for Salesforce and they were like, have you thought about your brand? I was like, what? What is
At
what-
Salesforce, they asked you that?
Yeah, this was before. So I mean, it was a tech company, obviously, and so, but like the idea of like your brand and how people perceived you at work
Yeah.
was something that you were made to think about, which is I guess important
Yeah.
for people who are trying to climb the corporate ladder, and I was, but yeah, when you open that can of worms, it is
Yeah, we're all
a
curating
cross to
this,
bear.
this personal brand, and it's like that's like big responsibility. We should all have that on our resume.
How would
Curator
you
vibes.
describe your brand, like the version of yourself that is most like comfortable with your closest friends, like not like a public persona? Like what elements of the brand exist there?
I think it's pretty similar, honestly. Like the public versus I'm pretty like cut and dry on social media. Like I've always done the exact same thing that I'm doing, but now it's just it like is on a more public scale. Like people are seeing it more. But like we were talking about approachability, I think that because I'm acting exactly the same as I am, like mostly on social media, I've recently started curated a little bit more because my mom told me to do that. But it's pretty consistent. Yeah. So and I like it because my friends say I'm funnier off of social media than I am on social media, but relatability doesn't hit with friends as much as it does like online. So
What is your dating life like? I've actually been curious about that.
you asked me this last time.
Did I?
And yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
And on the podcast?
Yeah, on the pod.
Did you give me like a really rock solid answer?
Yeah, I was just like, I'm not actually last time I was on your pod, I was living in Orange County. And I think it was a lot more active in OC because it's like a smaller town and there was less going on. And so I could like focus on it. Right now, I think I'm in like more of is transformative a word? Transformative? Like I feel like I'm at an interesting point in my life right now where I'm like, there's a next step right now for me finally where like I hadn't had that with COVID because I was.
What do you mean?
Like I think I'm like entering a space where I have more of a mindset to like be in a relationship. I haven't for 2 years, 3 years.
Been kind of more fuckboy mindset.
No,
we
not even that much.
We don't even use that as a bad term.
It is not derogatory.
Yeah,
It is descriptive.
on this show.
Empowering term.
No, it's just a way things are that people. If you participate in hookup culture,
Yeah.
and what we mean by that is having sex without like an established emotional
Sure, yeah.
connection, which takes time to cultivate,
Yeah.
not 3 or 4 dates or a month of hanging out.
Sure.
That like people are just kind of hooking up with people they don't know all that much
Right.
about, and like everyone's a fuckboy with all this access to dating people through dating apps and sliding in the DMs. That everyone's a fuckboy until they meet someone they don't want to be a fuckboy for.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You
funny.
know?
It's like as soon as you stop looking for anything, like that's when it
Yeah.
happens is what it seems like. Also, I think that it has something to do with like your friend group because for a while, like for the past year, my friend group has just been like, we've all been single and whatever. And now my friends have started to like move that way. And so I think we're all kind of moving that way. And, I'm not going to like not be interested in that if that's what all my friends are doing. And then it makes more sense for me. If they're all single, then we're all single. I don't have much of an individual personality I'm finding out on this podcast today, but we also talk. Well, I'm just like I guess I do what everybody else does like all the time.
Do we want to get into pop culture a little
Let's do
bit?
it.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Well, on the topic of dating, so Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian debuted matching bleached hair, and I'm
Yeah.
curious, like, what your take is on like how couples can sometimes like morph into one collective fashion brand situation and like start to like dress similarly or like coordinate. What do you think of that?
What do I think of that? First, I want to start by saying the first thing I do every day is check Snapchat Discover page because that's where I get my news. So I saw this morning actually, and otherwise I probably wouldn't have seen it.
Snapchat Discover page.
Yeah, it's really fascinating the way they curated
Are you
it.
still on Snapchat?
Oh yeah, I have tons of streaks. I know it's
Wow.
yeah. I know it's
No, I mean like it's. I keep thinking it's going to be like done, but it's like it's thriving.
Do you ask new people that you've met recently for their Snapchat?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, but I like it because it's fun to talk with your friends. Like, I have a lot of friends that I don't text every day, but we Snapchat every day, so I feel like we keep in touch.
What are you Snapchatting about?
Just like funny stuff, like waking. I don't know, like videos that I'm not gonna take a video and send it over text.
Are these both men and women?
Yeah, like I have friend groups that like we have group, whatever. I also have my New Year's kiss from 2016 that we've Snapchatted every day since our kiss in 2016, which is funny. So we have like a several thousand day streak, which is funny. And
I've
I've
you
only
seen her since.
I've only hung out with her like like 5 times total
Okay.
in however many years, 5 years. But we have a streak of talking every single day, which is funny. Off the Snapchat to Pete Davidson and Kim. Do they have a name? Keat?
Kim.
Pete.
Pete.
Pim?
Pim.
Pimberly? Well, okay, so they this whole thing, like they're pretty to me like neither of them were chuggy as individuals, but together they become one collective chug. And I
Which
actually,
is again because that's not like a good thing to be chuggy.
you know what?
It's a bit off-putting, right?
I just said this on our podcast. I think that I'm calling a trend alert here that I think we're going to see a 180 on chuggy being
cool.
negative, and then chuggy just being like,
I think.
you know, it's things people enjoy. Like there's a reason it's chuggy because it's basic or whatever. I think that's the new like millennial term for basic. But let people enjoy things, you know? Like they're kind of being a little cringy, but they're so happy. They've never been happier.
I think it's, I don't know why, but I've always loved if I'm in a relationship, like dressing the same.
Yeah,
for
matching.
fun. For like just to like go out and be that couple that dresses the same, ironically.
Doesn't need to be funny to anyone else if it's funny to you guys or if you like it.
I think that's funny. I don't know why I like it, but I do.
Yeah.
I get the appeal. I'm not a Pete Davidson hater. I'm not like one of those guys like, I don't get what, like, you know, he's talented, he's funny, you know, he's tall, he's, you know, apparently got a big dick too.
Huge penis.
Yeah. And so I get it. I get the appeal, but he also he seems like the ultimate like go with the flow guy.
Sure.
And I feel like he seems like the perfect rebound, although
doesn't seem like a rebound anymore. Now it just seems like
what a rebound's. How long can a rebound last? I think a rebound can last a year before it's no longer a rebound.
I think a rebound by definition is a quick turnaround type thing. Like a rebound is like, all right, you know.
Okay, I don't think Pete Davidson's
Pete
Davidson's not a rebound in the you just like have sex with him, hook up, like oversimplify. But I feel like he's it seems like he is a great like transitional guy.
I feel like we need a term like a pendulum situation where it's like the person you date who's like very, very, very different to your ex in every way, shape, and form. And that's a huge part of the appeal. And that doesn't mean it can't like grow into a genuine relationship where you discover compatibility, but like the beginning is motivated by a very reactive to the breakup mindset.
It's like the revolving door. Like you're going, but it's just the one you walk in through the revolving door. So it's gonna take you and it's gonna redirect you.
Well, because like I don't know.
Roundabout.
Yeah, a rotary.
I don't know Kanye all that well, but rumor on the street is that he is a particular man who has a lot of strong opinions about a lot of things. Right. And that sounds like that could be at times challenging in a relationship. Like maybe like high stressed about like trying to like make sure that your very particular opinionated partner is like comfortable and good. Yeah. And Pete seems to that end couldn't be more different, where he's kind of like, I don't know, I care about weed and jokes and like my friends and like the rest, whatevs. Yeah. And so I feel like that seems like to be a big appeal of Pete Davidson's.
Yeah. And I think where those two guys align is that I think we've seen it from Pete recently where he was this dude that was like kind of like beat up on himself. Like if you look at his early stand-up, he's kind of like self-deprecating, but it's in a funny way, and like he's like, you know,
and like self-aware as well.
But self-aware, yeah, but enough to where like self-deprecation can be funny up to a point, and then it's like you need to seek help. But that he was good at it, and then we saw him go to SNL just to be Pete Davidson on SNL. He really didn't do anything else, and then he got famous, and he's like coming into himself almost. And I feel like those two guys like are confident. They like exude confidence. Kanye's might be a little bit, I don't know what that is. It
more
might
like
be
volatile and like,
yeah, I feel like he's not actually confident. He's just trying to prove something. Pete? And Pete's confident. No, Kanye. But I feel like Pete's confident because he's coming into himself and he actually feels it and he exudes it.
Yeah.
That's the BDE, actually. So someone else made that conclusion way before I did, and now I'm gathering what they were putting together. But do you think Kim and Pete have had sex?
Assume no. If they haven't, I'm
just kidding.
Do you think it's
maybe they're nervous?
Maybe they're waiting
They
for
for
marriage.
sure they for sure sleep in the same bed, so I guess they could just be sleeping there and not touching.
Yeah,
But
maybe they're re-exploring their bodies. They're born again.
Do we think they're gonna last?
I don't want to.
What lasts? You know.
What does lasting mean? Is it 30 seconds, which
Do you think they'll get married?
surely we've all been there, or is it a couple years? I don't think they'll get married soon, but I think they will, because I think that the trend with like Courtney and Travis, who I have a video from a year ago saying they're gonna be a 3-month thing. They're too like PDA intense that doesn't last, but prove me wrong. So I'm pretty wrong about relationship stuff usually. So take my opinion and rotary it.
Yeah, but Travis and
Courtney.
Courtney, they were like best friends for a long time.
Yeah.
And Pete and Kim, they met on SNL, so it's not quite the same. I feel like Travis and Courtney, it's like they had a lot of like catching up to do. They were like, it seems like they were horny for each other for a long time.
Yeah.
And then finally broke the seal, and now they can't keep their hands off each other.
Broke the seal is an interesting terminology for boning, but I agree.
I don't know.
No, I think that Kim and Pete could be like a couple-year relationship, but I don't know if Kim's the married right away type, because I feel like she's like cares a lot about her family and wouldn't want to like rush into
I
anything.
think also how much shit she got for Chris Humphries and that being like a
Yeah.
90-day marriage.
I
and that-
forgot about that.
Yeah, and people were like, there was a point in
I
time
had
where
dinner
like,
with him the other
ev-
week.
Chris
What?
Humphries?
Yeah.
Why?
Mutuals.
Was
That's
it
awesome.
fun?
I was leaving. He was coming. We were at the same table for about 20 minutes. Nice guy. I don't know. Didn't
He
really-
seems cool.
He was very nice.
Yeah. I forgot about him completely until you
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah.
Do we
call
have
him.
any other topics we wanted to cover with Conor?
Oh, there's the Mona Lisa cake throwing situation.
Mm.
I don't know if we want to.
That was interesting to me. Oh,
Someone
Did you
threw a
see-
cake
did-
at the Mona Lisa,
did you
but
see that?
fear not, the Mona Lisa was behind bulletproof glass.
Yeah, it was a protest for something, but I'm
I'm all for people advocating for change and progress, and that's important. I don't get that. The throwing, there's some, I feel like, what did you really accomplish?
Well, he was speaking in French, so we'll never know what he accomplished because I don't know. And I watched the video and I couldn't.
They didn't translate it?
No, and he was dressed up as an old woman in a wheelchair. Like nothing was really connecting, but I'm sure to the French people, he probably said he got at least one sentence out. They weren't as like tackle him and arrest him as I thought they would be.
Well,
in
because
the Louvre.
maybe that's why he dressed up as a
old
woman in a wheelchair. He's like, who's going to tackle?
Yeah, that's messed up.
Do we know what he was protesting?
I think it was environmental activism.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Um,
Cake will solve that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What did
so
Mona ever do
he-
to the
He
environment?
was speaking in French, but what he said was, as they were like dragging him away, he said, think about the earth. There are people who are destroying the earth. Think about it. All artists think about the earth. This is why I did this. Think about the planet.
I guess. I mean, okay. I mean, we're talking about it.
Sounds like me at 3 a.m. trying to have a conversation with somebody at a bar. No. Think about the earth. Like artists, listen, think about
the planet.
the earth and the planet.
Yeah.
Like not actually saying anything, but just like really fired up about some activism, some cause.
While also being told you gotta go.
You know,
Last call was an
that
hour
made-
ago.
Dude,
that
the lights
made-
are on. Go home.
That made me think about something. I don't know how much effort. Like, if this was a plan, it was planned on some point. You got a wheelchair. You
Yeah,
got a costume of a woman,
Of a what?
a woman, a
Yeah.
lady of some kind, a wig. I don't know. Some planning went into this, and I guess it's just more like, where is your time best served? Now, granted, he got us talking. So,
Sure, he wins. All press is good press.
But not necessarily with him. I also find like there's like on social media, you see this a lot on TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok has become a platform of like creators just like talking shit about other creators.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like virtue signaling
Yeah,
and
for sure.
This is wrong and you're doing this wrong and you're doing that wrong. And I can't help but think to myself, if you guys, whoever these people are, the
Yeah.
virtue signalers, if you actually gave a shit about the things that you are saying you give a shit
Right,
about
right.
and criticizing others for either getting wrong or just saying or doing something wrong, if you put the energy you put into talking shit about these people into like doing the thing about the thing that you are
Yeah.
so you claim to give a shit about,
Right.
then like maybe this world would be like positive and
There'd
good.
be some progress.
Progress, yeah,
We
but-
talk a lot.
These fucking like so many creators on TikTok are out there just like obsessed with other creators, and what like, to me looks like they're just jealous of some, and it's always the same. It is always the person they talk shit about is someone who kind of like resembles what they do, or
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. I know. I think it is like a passive situation where they're like, look at what they're not doing. And it's like, well, you're doing something, but it's also not doing the thing that you're accusing them of not
Yeah.
doing.
And it's like if you like
make any
imagine
sense?
all the imagine all the energy or things that you could accomplish if you channel that energy into like the thing that
Right.
you claim to be passionate about.
Right.
And
No, I totally agree. That's always been like a hot spot for me because, every time something happens and people are looking at, what is this person? It's like, why don't we all, I mean, this is like a totally separate thing, but there's so much crap, evil shit going on all the time. And it's like, we almost need to be like split up into like progress groups, like, because everybody can't be everywhere all the time. You can't expect that for anyone, but we could start knocking some issues out if we started physically doing things instead of posting things on the internet.
yeah,
That's
I don't
my-
know. Should we start a group?
Yeah. Should we do this climate thing that the Mona Lisa guy wants us to do? We'll just hop on that really quick.
We could go clean a beach.
We totally could. The beaches are nasty right
Yeah.
now.
Let's clean a beach.
Yeah, after Memorial Day weekend,
Okay.
trashed.
Let's do it.
That'd be fun. Look at this progress.
All right.
We're
We're at some point gonna clean a beach.
we're talking about it, and we'll put some action behind it. Yeah, I would like that. That would feel good too.
Anyway, I'm glad the Mona Lisa is doing okay.
Yeah, she's doing exactly what she's been doing for 500 years.
And we should think and do the things to help preserve our great planet.
I agree. I want to give you something.
Okay, like on the show.
Yeah, is that
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
I brought it in my tote. It's a hat. I got toothpaste on it this morning, and I apologize. Try to get it off.
No, I'll keep it on. No vibe checks.
Yeah, they just came out last week, and they're going
Where can people
live
buy your
tomorrow.
merch?
Fibsco.com.
I don't look great. I'm not a big hat guy.
Oh, that looks great, especially with the new haircut.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff. That's gonna look real good.
Thank you.
No vibe checks.
Our caller's here.
Yes.
Oh, we have a caller.
All right. How's it going?
Hey, I'm Hannah. I'm 27. So there's this girl in my friend group who I have a crush on, and I want to text her to initiate hanging out more one-on-one, but I'm not sure how to approach the situation.
Okay. Are you texting with her at all?
Not much. We've sort of sent some like logistical like messages about making friends with our friend group, and like responding to each other's stories, but not much other than that.
So you want to shoot your shot here, like this?
Hopefully,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't really know how to approach it because it's kind of complicated.
How's it complicated?
Okay, so I guess I'll give you a little bit of background on myself first. So I don't have a ton of experience in dating. I came out about a year ago, and I've been on a few app dates, but have never really come across anyone in person that I liked. So I don't have much experience like shooting my shot with someone that I know, or even like flirting that much. Before I came out, I didn't really have much experience in dating and didn't put myself out there much. So this girl that I like, she's 25, her name's Chloe, and she's also gay. I met her through my friend group last summer, and we hung out in the group about 5 times. We spent some time talking, and I started to really like her, but I didn't say anything because her job here was just seasonal, and I knew that she would be moving back home. So she moved away, and I tried to let my feelings go. But when I found out that she was coming back again this summer, I got excited and was sort of brainstorming ways to reach out to her when she got back. So I never ended up texting her because I saw her out with my friends one night at an event. I was really excited to see her, and like we gave each other a big hug. We had a fun night with our friends, and then we actually ended up walking home together, just us two. She was pretty drunk, so it was a lot of small talk. But towards the end of our walk, I did find out that she's single and actively dating. However, she also told me that another friend of hers recently told her she liked her, and she shot her down.
And do we
Yeah.
know why she shut her down? Did she state a no friend group policy, or is it just she wasn't into her?
She didn't say anything like that. It sounded like she just wasn't into her, but I didn't really get too many details.
Is this something she told you directly, or she told the group?
She told me when it was just us two walking home.
I don't know. That could be like the bat signal. She could be like giving you it could go really any way.
Yeah. Yeah. Congrats on coming out
Yeah.
also. That's exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all the way up until that point, I'm like, you gotta move on this. We gotta act quickly. And then I was looking at your texts with her
Let's
or your
read.
DMs.
These are okay. Should we dramatic read it?
Yeah. You responded to her story and said, I'm jealous. I learned about these in school and have wanted to see it. And next day,
She replies, haha, yes, same. It was a must see. It was way bigger than I thought it would be. And then that's it.
until
2 months later, she writes, hey, I'm coming back to where you guys live in a couple months. Were you on that team? Now, does she know at this point that you date women?
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah. So that's referring to a sports team, that
Okay.
message.
okay. To me already.
Do you know her dating history?
Not a ton. I mean, I know like last summer she was also just like casually dating people. And I know she's had some relationships in the past with women, but I don't know much other than that.
Okay. And I don't need you to tell us where you're from, but like, is it a major metropolitan city or a place where it's not as common to like come out?
It's a pretty small queer community here.
Okay,
for
it's
sure.
a small community.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do have a bit more of an update since I sent in my email.
Okay.
If you want to hear that. Okay. So basically, we both joined that same sports team that she's referencing in those messages there. And I suggested that we carpool since I knew that we lived close together now. So we've done that twice now. So we get a little bit of alone time together, but it's mostly just like small talk and listening to music. We also hung out in a much smaller group this past weekend, and the two of us were talking and dancing a lot at the beginning of the night. And I really loved that. But then this other girl showed up who she had recently gone on a date with, and her attention like totally just beeline to this other girl. And I was like really disappointed. Yeah. So that's basically where we're at now. So
now we've got to
I feel like I've kind of put myself in the friend zone.
with a plan of sabotage. I'm just kidding.
She's not like currently like seeing anybody seriously because
Right.
she did just get back into town a couple weeks ago. But I don't know.
Initially off the bat, obviously you have more updates since then, but I'm talking about a 2.5, 3 month delay, and then you're someone that came to mind to reach back out to.
Yeah, that's not nothing.
That's
Yeah.
Like she wanted you. She could have reached back to the friend group.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing is there's multiple people in our friend group
Right.
who are a part of that sports
Okay,
team.
I have a question for you. Do you two talk about being gay with another? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like as friends, you're like there's not a lot of gay people in your community, not a lot of lesbians. Like it must be nice to like have some friends who like have a mutual interest. And have you guys confided in each other about that or not?
Yeah, for sure.
You have.
Yeah, like our whole friend group is gay, so like we talk
Your
about
whole
that
group,
all the time.
okay. Because I'm just
Yeah.
trying to distinguish, like, you know, like why she reached out to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you would have said no,
Yeah.
we don't talk about that much, I would have been like, oh, she likes you,
Yeah.
right?
I
But,
still
like-
think that it's an intentional thing to reach out specifically to Hannah instead
Yeah.
of the larger group. Do you
Yeah,
think
because
that
the whole
two-
if you said the whole group is, you know, if the whole group is people who are gay, okay, she could talk to other people about that. She's reaching out to you specifically.
are you two
Yeah.
closest out of the rest of the group, or is
I'd say we're pretty close. I mean, everyone sort of became friends in this friend group like last summer. So everyone's a bit newer friends. So I think her and I did sort of hit it off more than other friends in the group have.
Gotcha. A lot of smiley faces being thrown around in these messages as well.
Yeah, it's friendly.
And it's not an emoji. It's the typed out smiley face. And it's that one she didn't even space it in between the word.
Oh
and-
my god, yeah, that's flirty.
Yeah,
That's
for
the
sure.
flirtiest way to
she
send a
se-
smiley face.
She seems flirty.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. We'll have to go
Yeah.
out sometime too. Haha. Always fun. Definitely. Then she hearts that.
I'm seeing an HEYYY, which
Hey.
come on, like nothing's
the more the wise.
yeah.
She sent me that message when she was traveling about like the Vespa girl. I don't know if you saw that, but I couldn't tell if that was flirty or not. She was traveling in Europe and I like responded to one of her stories because I had been where she was at, and I sent her a message about, you know, just about her story. And then she said, oh yeah, it's so great. I just need like a cute girl on a Vespa and it would be perfect. And I couldn't tell if that was her being like flirty or if that was her just like being funny.
I don't think she
Hard
would have
to
said
say.
that. That's too it's
Yeah.
too specific to be sending someone that's a like potential love interest talking about another potential
Well,
love interest
I don't
to
know.
me.
That's the question. Is she a potential love interest or is she a friend? That's the big question. That's what you're trying to
Yeah.
figure out
Yeah.
because it could be both.
Yeah.
If she sees her as a friend, you would say to your friend, like if I was in Europe on a motorcycle and you're like, "Oh, that looks cool," I would say to you, my friend, "Oh, I just need a pretty girl to like ride with," right? And I wouldn't think and you wouldn't think anything of it. But she's trying to figure out if it was flirty or not. Listen, here's the thing. We're not going to be able to figure out whether she is into you
Yeah,
or not. I do
for sure.
think you have plenty to go on to feel like you have a shot,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
It's a playful, fun text. I do think the nicest thing is her reaching out to you to let you know that she's coming back.
Yeah.
And it sounds like she's excited to hang out with you. She offered to hang out as well. And do you feel like you're flirty with her, or do you feel like you
No.
are you don't? Do you feel like
I
you
didn't.
overcompensate by being overly friendly because you don't want to reveal yourself as to be into her?
Exactly. Yeah.
Ugh.
Wow. Nice.
Which I
sleuthing.
try not to do, but I feel like it's just, I don't know. I think I just have like this guard up from like not being out for so long that it's just like my automatic reaction is to just put people in the friend zone. But then by doing that, I've kind of put myself in the friend zone.
Right.
Yeah. Now, if you listen to this show, I'm a big believer in like once you catch feelings for someone, like the friendship is as it exists ceases to be over. Now, I don't know if that's the same. You know, Amanda, I don't know if you have any thoughts on this. As
Queer lady.
as a queer lady, are those lines a little blurred with like, you know, friend groups? Or is there a lot of dating in between groups where you want to be more considerate of the group than like than a traditional heterosexual guy girl friendship where someone's crushing on someone and the assumption is, you know, I don't know if it's as simple.
My 2 cents, and like this, granted, LA, like very fortunate to have a big queer community. But I feel like in general, I don't know. I think within friend groups, like if people are vibing, they're gonna vibe. Especially because I think if you're like in a friend group, if you're like, oh wait, I think this is like more than platonic. I think that's like so hot, like how it's like a little bit illicit, that it's really easy for that to like spark into flames. And I think, for me at least, like I think there's kind of like a general understanding of like, I don't know, like you don't have as many options as like straight people do, depending, especially if you're like a lesbian and not a bi person. And so I think it's maybe a little bit more. Well, I think actually what's more common is people will go on dates and then become friends. That happens all the time. Like I went to a drag brunch this Saturday with my friend and her friend. I was like, how'd you guys meet? And she was like, Bumble, like not Bumble BFF, Bumble. So I think because it goes in that way a lot of the times, it's maybe a little bit more on the table.
What's your ego situation these days? Like, how in control?
I'm like, I really feel like I'm just worried about being embarrassed if she shoots me down, or like if somehow it gets out to my friend group that like I asked her out and she shot me down. Like I feel like my ego is very high in that aspect.
Okay,
you know?
yeah.
It's almost like you wish you could concoct some situation where you can almost undo something to where like you never had that out of comfort zone thing. You just figured out what the outcome would be if you sent
but that's not real world.
It's not.
Yeah. So let's focus on your answer and why I asked that question, because that to me is your biggest hurdle, right? Because we can't we don't know for sure. It could go both ways. Like nothing would surprise me if you reached back out and said, Nick, I shot my shot and we're going on a date and we're super excited about it. And she's like, oh my God, I've been dying for you to ask me. That wouldn't shock me. It also wouldn't shock me if she was like, oh, just like friends. That would it could go either way. So I absolutely think you should shoot your shot.
Me too.
Because YOLO, and you like her and there's something there and you might as well go for it. Now you just have to figure out a way to do it, knowing that it's possible she might turn you down, and you just have to I think get your ego in check. Like what's the worst what's the worst thing that could happen? She doesn't see you that way. You know?
I mean, I guess I'm just worried about it like being awkward in our friend group, because like you were saying, or it's Amanda was saying before, it's awkward in queer friend groups because I feel like we're all like going to be friends regardless of how it goes, just because like it's a small group. And I'm just worried about that being weird, I
The
guess.
only person, well, there's only two people who can make it weird, you or her. And
Yeah.
and I think more likely you, because you would be the one who's rejected.
Yeah.
So I think if you
I
can,
just know that our friend group is really gossipy. So that's the factor.
Would you ever talk to any of them about it?
Yeah. Some of my friends know.
Some of your friends know?
And what do they think?
Yeah, what do they think?
They just like poke fun at me, being like, wow, you still haven't like made a shot.
Oh,
like, they know I should.
Yeah, that's
but-
awesome.
They all think you should.
And these are people who know her as well
Yeah.
and have like witnessed your dynamic and are like, go for it.
Yeah.
Well, are you wondering why she hasn't gone for it?
I think that every time that I sort of like boost myself up to think that I could, that's when like, you know, she goes off with another girl when we're out, or like she talks to me about dating other people and I kind of just like get knocked down a peg.
Yeah, that's not great. Talking about dating other people in front of you is not as bad as talking about it. Because
Yeah.
is
But I
she,
feel like that's part of just like being friends and like a part of like a big queer group of friends is that we all talk about who we're dating and the dating scene here and stuff
yeah,
like that.
I don't think it's the end of the world. I just think you have to mentally get yourself in a place where you stop making it a big deal. It's not a big
Yeah.
deal. I'm friends with her, whatever. I got to keep my ego in check. Stop. You need to stop worrying about the worst possible scenario. Like it's not going to happen. No one's going to be laughing at you. No one's going to think you're a loser. No one's going to be wondering what's wrong with you. Everyone's going to be like honestly envious that you went for what you wanted. That's in reality.
And then it will be like a big inside joke in like 6 months. You know, like, I think it will so quickly
Yeah.
become like something that was like a non-issue unless you're like actively really pining for her or being super like
Yeah.
rude and standoffish.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it feels so good that moment when you're seeing someone for the first time, you don't know if things are going to be tense or weird. And you just you're like, hey, and you're warm to them and they take the olive branch right
Yes.
away. And you realize this was not an issue at all.
There's three possibilities. One, she's been dying for you to ask her. Two, she doesn't think of you that way. Or three, she just hasn't really thought about it, maybe. Or she's thought about it, but she has the same concerns about the friend group as well. So she needs to like think about it. So in the time when she's thinking about it, don't give her a reason to like change her mind on you. Like, because like you throw a bet, you kind of like, act out as a result of being rejected. And even though you'd be justified
Yeah.
because you're rejected, like no one likes to see someone like pout and feel sorry for themselves or like, because if you get rejected, you're going to not get your way. And there's no better indicator in how someone is in a relationship is how they act when they don't get their way. So like when you don't get
true.
what you want, be a fucking rock star.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So
Will do.
that just fired me up.
Yeah.
Honestly.
so like have that mindset. So, right.
Okay.
So just
Yeah.
think about like how you're going to do that. And if you have to like step away and maybe take a night off because it's just too much, don't tell your friends you're sad about it. Be busy. You're busy doing other things. You have something else going on. And even if it's at home, pouting, eating ice cream, whatever the fuck you do when you're in your feelings, like don't let the friend group know that you're crushed about it. Just be a little private about that. Right? As
Okay.
far as they're concerned, like, hey, you shot your shot and it didn't work out. Okay?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Very well written.
so promise me that. Now
Will
what
do.
what do we send her?
Yeah, because that's my thing is like, do I come across like I know you sort of say like be confident about it, and like that's other advice you've given people before, but I also don't know how to approach it like with still being friends, like because other people have said, just be like, it's totally fine, like if you're not into it, like we can still be friends, and like sort of backtrack a little bit, like shoot your shot, but like lightly.
Yeah.
Let her. I think if you're gonna shoot your shot, shoot your shot. Don't like shoot your
Okay.
shot with a bunch of disqualifiers in the same text. Be like, I know
Yeah.
this, and you don't have to like. Let her reject you first, then worry about handling. Then be the rock star when you need to be the rock star.
Yeah.
Have it ready to
Okay.
go. Like, be mentally prepared for it. Be like, and you say, if she rejects you, you say something like this. I totally get it. I understand. Because if she rejects you, she's going to refer to the group. She's going to use the group as an excuse. You know, we already know what she's going to say if she rejects you, because she's going to want to
Yeah.
be nice about it, and she's going to use the friends as an excuse. And you're going to write back something like, I'm just glad I asked because I think you're amazing. And of course, obviously, we'll still be great friends, but it was worth it just to ask. Something like that.
Yeah.
Right. And then you
Yeah.
take as much time as you need to like get, mentally in the right headspace to see her and not be weird about it.
Has there ever been something she's mentioned or that's come up in conversation as like something she finds romantic or just like a fun date?
Vespas in Italy.
Vespas. Or like,
I know she's like really adventurous. Like she likes to go on hikes and to like check out new spots in town and stuff like that.
is there a hike that has a good view? Like a little
Yeah.
like
Don't we
lookout?
think I feel like, and I could be wrong here, but that's, we're talking about planning the date, but she needs to like make it very clear her intentions. I don't think she should be like cryptic and plan a date and be like, surprise, it's a date.
Yeah.
I feel like she should reach out to her and say, I want to go on a date with you.
Do you feel good about the like this is going to be an ask out text, Hannah? Like
saying that outright.
Yeah, do you feel comfortable
Some
being like,
version
okay,
of,
this text is
"Hey,
going to be an ask, like we are
um,
asking her out.
I
Yeah.
think we should go on a date.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I have to. I agree. I have to just like spell it out there and make it clear what I want, or else I'm just like never gonna get it.
I think the
right?
carpooling thing adds an interesting aspect here. Because if you're carpooling already, what if you guys did something before or after one of these group situations? Because I've definitely been in
Yeah.
a position before where I'm like, oh, we're going to this concert. We live close. Like, do you want to pregame at my place? Like, have a couple drinks here.
Yeah,
And
but
then
you're
we can
still
Uber together.
you're still trying to figure out like a way to like set up a romantic.
I think in person is I know we're crafting a text, but maybe open up the can of worms with the text and then
Yeah,
have a
I say
situation.
initiate a one-on-one hang via text and then
Yeah.
in person sort of be like, hey, I date you. I'm going to say it.
But not in a situation where there's an implication that they are stuck with you after they, because then they
Right.
may try to be nice and be like, yeah, because it's uncomfortable. I don't know. You need an escape route if it's in person.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like
Not an
there's
escape from you, Hannah, at all.
I feel like there's already a lot of pressure they have a rapport. She's not shooting a shot with a stranger. She's shooting a shot with someone who she knows, like the lines of communication are open.
Would you ever have the intro of this text be no pressure at all? I know we're really close friends, etc. Like starting it out with
I
like,
don't like starting it off that way. I think a follow-up, like a
Being like,
oh,
and no pressure if that's like not how you're feeling about the situation, like genuinely like glad to be friends no matter
Yeah.
what.
I don't like the no pressure, but I
is
get
that
what
a
you're saying.
disqualifier?
Yeah, I feel like it's something like
What about no worries?
no,
All
no,
good.
No, none of those. It's just more. I think you acknowledge that you're taking a risk.
Yeah.
This is an initial brainstorm. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
this is
this
a good
is-
text,
no,
but I
it's-
think this is like call me crazy, but what if we went on a date? Or like what about something that was like
Yeah, I
Like-
honestly kind of like something like that.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah.
And then that implies no pressure,
yeah.
I almost like that. Call me crazy, but I think we should go on a date.
Yeah. I do.
It's kind of
like that.
cute.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like cheeky. It's not like taking it too seriously. I like it.
Something about we should go on a date kind of freaks me out. Like we should, but like not calling it a date leaves
It's not too heavy. Yeah. And it's not too heavy handed. And I don't think
Yeah.
it requires any like disqualifiers. Like this is an adult person. If she
Yeah.
doesn't want to go out with you, she can respond to that.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, so I think you're great, but the group, something like that.
Yeah.
She'll respond with, right?
Yeah. No, I agree. I think like
But if she likes you, then it will be amazing.
yeah.
Right? Imagine you were like
oh my god. Getting that text
Getting
from
that
someone you have a
text?
crush on?
Yeah, that
as opposed
Best day ever.
as opposed to like, hey, sorry, no worries if not, but blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah. Like
yeah.
just say it.
we're also really backtracking because my initial thing when you first sent everything over was like she's definitely into you. Like that was where my gut was until
She might be.
I feel like she is. Like no one follows up in the format that she followed up. I think if like she was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be back in town in a couple weeks," exclamation point, would love to like, do it. But like I say that to friends all the time, like people that when I'm visiting somewhere, I don't send hey why smiley face. Like I think she was, and obviously things can change, but I feel like
Hey.
initially the feelings were there, and they don't just dissipate.
Totally.
If
you're attracted to someone, you're attracted to them.
Yeah, and you've
Hey,
obviously
exclamation point. I'm coming back to blank in a couple months.
Yeah.
Smiley face.
Yeah.
You have more reasons to think she likes you than doesn't like
Right.
you.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know.
Because the friend group, she has just as many concerns as you have. Her dating other women and talking about that in front of you, well, she's assuming you might not like her. So what is she supposed to do, right?
Yeah. And granted, I have asked her, like I was sort of the one initiating those conversations because I was trying to figure out if she was still single or what her situation was. So I did bring that up myself.
So
Call me crazy. I think we should go on a date. I like it, Amanda.
I think, or what if? I think Nick's in the camp of I think.
I think
what if is a little more like
like tongue out.
a little more cowardly.
I like the more assertive.
How do you feel, Hannah?
I like it. Honestly, it's never something I would have thought to say, but I kind of like it after talking it out.
Do you want to send
what
it?
part of the country are you calling from?
East Coast.
Okay, so it's 3. Okay.
I think you should send it.
I think you should send it now.
Right now?
Yes.
Why not? No, this is good
I have
time.
to carpool with her tomorrow. What if it's awkward?
Oh, that's perfect.
Even better.
Even better.
It's perfect because the plans are already made. You're not making plans after sending a
there we
text. So
go.
it's like,
listen, if you're gonna shoot your shot and if she rejects you, you're gonna have to deal with some rejection. There's no good time.
Yeah, and then you could just be like, "See you at carpool."
Yeah.
Like, and then it's already casual.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
and then she's
you're
like
ripping the Band-Aid off now, and then tomorrow, you have a chaser.
Yeah. If
Take
she
the shot, you
Okay.
get a chaser tomorrow.
Yeah. So
It's over.
if she has to think about it or she rejects you tomorrow, already an opportunity to be an all-star.
Okay.
Let's send it.
Okay. I'll
Wait,
do it.
No. On the phone.
Oh, God.
What if
Okay.
she responds right away?
Oh, I'm gonna have to get up and pace around if this.
All right,
I'm
but
very nervous.
Well, hold on. Before you send it, let's just make a pact. We're gonna just repeat after me. I, no matter what happens, will be an all-star and a great friend to her, even if I'm rejected.
That was very long to repeat. but-
Yeah, some version of that. Just say you're gonna be an all-star.
I'll be cool if she turns me down.
Okay.
I will not be
Yeah.
hurt about it.
And it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to not to do go in the carpool because that would be kind of obvious that you're being weird. But if you're feeling if your ego's a little bruised, it is okay to take a time out one night. Just don't let them know it's because of her.
This is an act of God that you have carpool tomorrow, and I'm serious because she's not gonna dip on car. It's too obvious. So you get to
Yeah.
it's gonna be awesome. That's such a perfect opportunity today. Send a text in the afternoon.
And if she dips on carpool, if she rejects you and dips on carpool, that's an opportunity for you to just reach out to her and say at some point, be like, hey, I just noticed you weren't there. I want you to know, again, I think you're great. And I totally respect if you don't want to do this, but nothing has to change. Don't let's not make this weird or whatever. You're again,
Okay.
that's an opportunity. If you don't, if she doesn't show up, don't take that as further rejection. See that as an opportunity to show that you're going to be every time you feel like she might be being weird, it's an opportunity for you to be awesome.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Will do.
Write
So
it
what would you
out.
put at the end of the sentence? Call me crazy, but I think we should go on a date. Would you just end it there? Would you period, add an emoji?
Don't
What would
Throw
you
a
do?
period.
throw a smiley face. She likes them. She likes smiley faces. She likes them.
That feels like a lot.
I'm
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of honestly, I think no punctuation.
I think nothing on it. My vote is nothing. Also,
Also, how do we feel about polling the room? Call me crazy. One message, follow-up message. But I think we should go on a date. Or do you guys like it as one?
I think two
like it
could
as
be
one.
cool. Oh, you like one?
I don't think there's much of a difference. I think we're really
Wait, what if you sent "Call Me Crazy," allowed her time to respond,
no. That's why I think you
No.
just send it. There's
ambush
too
her?
much.
I feel like we need to talk. That should be the text.
Period.
Yeah.
I think you say call me crazy. I think we should go on a date. And
Okay.
no punctuation. I don't know if it matters. No exclamation point.
Yeah. You got, I think that no punctuation at the end, potentially a comma after crazy.
Are you ready? Do you
No.
want us to count you down?
Yeah.
Hey,
we'll
this is
count.
gonna be fun. No, this is gonna be fine. That's not added pressure. This is no matter what happens,
I just mean
everything's gonna be fine.
Once it's composed.
Okay.
We can do like a 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Send.
Okay, I have it written out.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
All right. Let's see it.
Okay, yeah, call me crazy, comma, I think we should go on a date. That's it.
Amazing.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
Send it.
3, 2,
2,
1.
Send.
Okay.
Oh my God, there it is. Oh, how exciting. My heart is racing. I'm about to throw my phone against the wall.
I would
just in-
fucking love for her to write back.
I know. I want her to see it immediately.
This is gonna
She's
be
probably
fine.
still at work, so she's probably not going to be
Yeah.
answering, but
Oh, that's good because she'll have.
You did no matter what, you did the right thing.
My heart is
Okay,
pounding through my
thanks.
chest, Hannah.
Hannah, good for you.
Yeah.
This is
Thank you.
so huge.
Power moves only.
Yeah,
You're gonna, no matter what happens, you're gonna feel good about this.
yeah.
absolutely epic.
And just let everyone be in awe of how you handled it if you don't get what you want.
Okay.
There's a lot worse feeling in not knowing than knowing a fact in either direction. You know, like the what if thing is so tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's been killing me lately is like seeing her out with like other people and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, her not knowing that it's kind of like disappointing.
Yeah. And just remember, like, so like, your friend group's a little gossipy. So like,
Yeah.
again, I'm not trying to set you up for disappointment, but let's say it doesn't go your way. And then your gossipy friends go, oh my God, like, how are you being normal about this? Like I would be dead if I wouldn't be able to hang out, with her and blah, blah, blah. And if they say things like that, again, opportunity to be like, oh, well, like, listen, like she's an amazing person and it was worth shooting my shot, but I'm going to be fine either way. Like I
Yeah.
know I'm going to be fine. And she was someone I wanted to get to know, like,
Yeah.
and when people hear you say that, they're just going to be in such awe of you. Like, don't let other people convince you to be more insecure about a situation than you should be. Because when they say that shit to you, it's because like they know they would in fact die, and they hate that you're handling it so well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's good advice for sure.
Yeah.
You have to update us.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please
Will
let
do.
us know what
Let us
happens.
know. I wanted to stay
Okay.
on the line.
Yeah. I'll let you know for sure.
All right. Let us know. All right. Thanks for
Okay.
calling.
Proud of you.
Thank you so much for your time
Yay.
today.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Holy smokes. That's.
Amazing.
I'm not kidding. It's
Exhilarating.
making my heart.
She better say
The
yes.
thrill.
No, she better. I have a good feeling about that.
That was a nice text, man.
Yeah. I just anytime I send a text like that, I want to just throw my phone against the wall
Yeah.
and break it because I'm like, I can't even.
No, I know.
Terrible. And you're like, and then you're like waiting for the 3 dots to appear, and it's just like torture.
Oh my God. She's
Torture.
much braver.
No
than
matter
I am,
what,
but
she did the
it's-
right thing.
Yeah, she
She
did.
did.
She'll know either way. Closure is so good. It's such a good feeling.
Connor, thanks for coming, buddy.
Thanks for having me, Nick.
Fibula.
Thanks,
Connor.
Amanda.
Where can the people find you?
Fibula on everything.
Where can they get
Instagram, TikTok.
some amazing merch?
Got merch going live on the site tomorrow. It'll be in my Instagram bio, but it's fibsco.com. And then we're going to have Nick over on myself and Lady Efron's podcast, Brooke and Connor Make a Podcast.
I'd love to.
Cheers.
Let me know. Thanks for listening, guys. Don't forget to send those questions at asknick@castme.com. Cast with a K. Next week, going deeper, is going to be the Stallone sisters. Fascinating pair. Big fan of their dad. Rocky IV really changed my life. What? It did.
In what ways?
Oh, like
New appreciation for outside stairs,
fitness. Yeah.
fitness. Yeah.
Just, I love Rocky IV.
It's a good
so
movie.
good.
Can't complain.
They're great. They
are awesome.
I'm excited to have them on, and be sure to tune in to that next week, along with freestyle, Ask Nick, more texting office hours. Anyway, we'll discuss. All right, bye.
Bye, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for watching, but before you go, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any future videos like our Mondays Ask Nick for your favorite relationship stories and advice, and our Tuesday Bachelor recaps. See you next time.